Access granted.
Hey guys, and welcome to my channel, Time is But a Window. Today we're going to be doing a player analysis on Mya. His actual name is the 40-year-old gamer, or at least that's the alias I know him by. He's actually a pretty long-time subscriber. Looks like he's doubling up mid with his teammate here, and a lot of terrorists making their way from lower B to mid. Now they do have a strong setup as CTs here, with 2 CTs just kind of holding this for right now. It's not technically a bad thing. He's going to be rotating his way over towards A as he hears them coming up catwalk. And looks like he's going to be assisting them, so is his teammate, and his other teammate has actually pushed out of B, which leaves B open. Alright, so let's talk about their setup, guys. So they had 2 guys mid and 2 guys A. One guy, I assume, watching long, one guy watching cat, and then they have one guy in B. And since they spotted the guys coming up middle, and they heard them going up catwalk, this is what I would have changed here. I would have tried to communicate with my teammate and been like, I'm going to go to rotate to A to help them out. You stay here and watch mid, and the B guy, of course, stay B. Then rotate it over, and then we would have had a 3-man stack over here at A to take out anyone that was coming over at A without leaving the B site open. Now, if the second guy in middle rotates over, then you have your B player over here all alone. And in this case, he could be pinched from tunnels, he could be pinched from mid, and it's all about the terrorists not overcommitting. But in this case, like I said, it is Silver Elite. They overcommitted, they went up catwalk, and they could have easily heard the rotation here and been like, guys, they rotated out of mid. The best plan for us would be to just go and pinch the B site. Alright guys, so here's another issue. On the second round, he's throwing a deep Molotov, well, deep incendiary grenade, into tunnels. And he's posted up here, which means that he's got only really one place he can fall back to, which is over here. He's going to be throwing his Molotov somewhere in here. It's pretty deep. And because of that, this guy at least is going to be past it by the time it pops and covers the ground. The guys in here will also be pushing up. They might be inside of it as it explodes and might take minimal damage from it and be able to go right through it. But it's a much better idea to just get into the site and immediately throw a Molotov right at the staircase right here, right in front of us. You see the stairs? Yeah. If he throws it there, it'll prevent them from pushing through, or they'll take massive amounts of damage before coming into it. Though I do like the idea of using the Molotov. Secondary, when you if they do rush you and you do throw that deep Molotov, like I said, you're going to want to go over here towards the car, or you're going to be wanting to play farther back in sight. Because if you actually push out this way, you're going to just have no fallbacks, no cover, and you're just going to get overwhelmed and die. So let's watch how this plays out. See what I'm saying, guys? Alright, so here is one of the major things. You know that you guys are in a 2v2 right now, and your teammate is on his way over here. Now, right now, it looks like you're just going to be pushing straight in. What you should be doing is waiting for your teammate. Just kind of holding, make sure he doesn't push the window, make sure he doesn't push the door. Let your teammate come over and retake together. But here, you're already super aggressive. You're going to be pushing in, and you're going to be in a 1v1 here. And if you do get taken out, all of a sudden you put your teammate in a very tough situation, as he's also a sniper. Alright, looks like you're posted up on long with a submachine gun again. You seem to really like to go with this submachine gun. You actually had plenty of money to go with something a little bit better than this, but you are able to get one pick with it. I'd like to see you actually kind of like vary up and try to go with some M4s a little bit more often, because as of right now, you pretty much go with that low-end submachine gun. You get kills here and there, but it's not very good at range, and it would be nice if you could just upgrade to something just a little bit more impactful. I realize you keep buying the same submachine gun over and over again, but in all honesty, you'd be a lot more successful if you stopped pushing aggressively. So instead of having something like that happen, you could set up over here on the box maybe with the submachine gun, or even just try to get across and play in this corner and have your teammate kind of shoot and bait out. Alright, so I'm rewatching this round to try to get a little point across. With the silenced USPs, you can just kind of one-tap at this range, and the target will die, but with the Glocks, you can't really do so. So right here, it looks like he's committing. which is fine. If he's going to be going full in there by himself, I wouldn't recommend going by yourself like this, but if his teammates have decided to come in there, and that is the strat, then that would be fine. But still, CTs can, you know, one-shot you with that USP. So if you're going to stay in this area right here, you have no place to hide. You can't get behind the wall over here. You can't get by the wall over here. And you really only have one choice, and that's to push through. But here you can see you're going to fall back here. And then you're going to come back and you're going to die in the middle here because you're going to be fighting them out in the middle here. And instead of doing that, I suggest if you're going to be trying to go for these like taps onto the CTs, you do use the walls. So you can tap a couple times, hide a little bit, tap a couple times, hide a little bit, or use this wall over here and you can do the same thing. Like, here, let's watch the round. Okay, so you're tapping at this guy. Now you start falling back, and then you go to hide, which is good. And then you come right back out to the middle area, and then you just keep doing the same thing. Again, it gives you no fallback, and it makes you too easy of a target. Now this coming up is a really nice play, but I do want to explain why this is such a good play. He definitely heard the scout shoot in the middle. His teammate gets the pick and lower, and then he pushes out here towards the scout and is able to take him down. And the reason this is a good play is because that guy did have a scout, and they knew the B guy was down. Okay, so now all of a sudden they have full access to the B site, but more than that, the only reason that he was really able to get this kill without too much of an issue is this guy was scouting. And since he has no support from B, since the B guy had pushed through, the only possible way that he's going to have support is from CT spawn. So he pushes out here, and the scout's going to take a shot at him. Worst case scenario, he connects, and he takes him down most of the way, but he'll still have health left over, whereas the scout's not going to be able to get away, and he's going to be able to finish him off regardless. Even at really high levels, what he just did, this play of pushing out on the scout in middle, will work if you have a Tech 9 or a P250, because he just won't be able to get away, and he won't be able to do enough damage to you unless he scores a headshot. Alright, this is something that everyone should know. Never leave the bomb in T-spawn. Like, always put it up at least somewhere a little bit closer so you can retrieve it and take a sight, but never make it all the way back in T-spawn, because if you accidentally forget about it like this, the CTs actually can get there and swarm it, and then all of a sudden there's like no way to retake it. Now so far, the entire time on the terrorist side, you've been rushing with a P90, which is an interesting idea. I mean, it's not a bad thing because the P90 is a really good push gun like this, and you're able to, you know, pick this guy and take the site. It also means that all your strategies are very fast strats, so they can counter it if they start throwing Molotovs over by the entrances. Which actually I'm surprised they haven't really started doing. You've been doing this pinch really well, over and over again. You pinch the site with your teammate. You know, if there's a guy in the smoke, what are you doing? Well, he's gonna give you a compliment. Anyways, nice kill here, and now you see Logan. Which I'm surprised you didn't hear him or notice him earlier, because he was hiding in that smoke, he had killed your teammate. And, I mean, you could hear him pretty clearly. So, yeah, I'm a little surprised about that one. Either way, the pinching towards B is great. You're smoking off CT spawn appropriately, off from, you're smoking from, here. You're smoking from back here, right off the window right here, and it lands here. So you're smoking off from here, bouncing the smoke off, and it lands right here in CT spawn. And then your guys are pushing up this way, and your guys are splitting from window and door. And that's great execution with your teammates coming in from here. That is basically all you really need to do to try to take this B site. So that's great. All right, guys. So if everything goes well here, this should be the final round of the game. Push through this fire. Takes quite a bit of damage from that, but he does catch off Red Rum off guard. And he does get traded out, but because he did push through fearlessly like that, he was able to get access to the site for his team. And now they have control. And honestly, as far as entry pickers go, you're doing a great job. Because, I mean, you're going in there, and you're not stopping for anything, you're fearless, and you're doing your job. Still though, you are too predictable with it because you're always rushing. You're never delaying, you're never tactically pushing in. I mean, it's one thing to be an entry fragger, but it's another thing to do it in a dynamic way. And speaking of dynamic, your game generally needs to be more dynamic. You need to add and vary up some rifles into there. Make sure you manage your money a little bit better so you're not buying something every single round. Other things, work on throwing that Molotov by the front entrance when you're playing the B site as a CT. over at the stairs instead of so deep that they can push right through it. I mean, they'll do the things that try to play angles so that when they're coming in there, they can't just take you out in the open, and they have to like push into you, and you can juke around the box, or make it so that they have to get shot from behind when they're trying to charge at you. Those kind of things will help so much, and you'll be able to win your games and rank up in no time. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and have a great day.